Hello and welcome to pre and post stretch for bowling. My name is Simone Hodgkinson and I'm the Group Fitness Director for the Glencoe Club. I have a collection of poses for you today to help you prepare for bowling, but most importantly to help you recover from the actions as well. We're going to start at the wall. So first one is going to actually release your hands and your fingers and your wrist and all of this arm line fascia all the way to the chest. So we start with the hand at the wall. Please make sure it's not higher than the shoulders, so slide it down so it's shoulder height. And then open your fingers equally and push your hand into the wall like you're trying to make an imprint in the sand. Make sure the arm is nice and straight, and then just stand with good posture so the back doesn't round. And as you start to push into the wall, you might have tingling in the fingers, in the wrist, in the elbow and the armpit, and that's a good thing. That's the blood flow to nourish and prepare. Now as we push into the wall, we then make sure the arm is straight and we take the shoulder and we press that shoulder slightly forward. Oh, that's nice and juicy. And then from there, we turn the head. And now we feel the line of pull through the ear, the neck, the shoulder, the armpit, the elbow, the wrist, and the fingers. This is releasing your arm line fascia, and it's really good for the mobility in your wrist and your hands as well. And then we'll release, let that go, feel all the sensations, and then we're going to turn around and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. The hand would go on the wall and you want to make sure that it's not higher than your shoulders. Open the fingers equally, straighten the arm please, and make sure the inner elbow, where they take the blood from, is actually facing forward. And then the arm is nice and straight and we have good posture and we push into the wall, evoking as much sensation as we can. And some people describe this sensation as almost nauseating. So if that's you, just embrace it. Now push the shoulder forward, turn the head away from the hand, and just enjoy that sensation as you stimulate blood flow through that arm line fascia to improve the pliability and the movement span of your wrist, your fingers, and your arm. And then release. So there's no real rule how long you hold, but you do want to be there for at least 20 seconds. You might go all the way up to a minute. Next one, we're going to try and get your torso moving now because of the action that is needed is going through the transverse plane. As you come close, I'm using a chair, but you could use a bench or anything you can put your foot on. Right leg goes up. I'm going to squeeze the standing leg. I'm going to push the foot down into the support, and then I inhale and I go up. I'm just going to squeeze the navel to the back of the spine. I'm going to squeeze the inner thighs. And now I'm going to turn towards the bent knee and then lower my arms. One hand kind of hooks the thigh and the other hand can sit anywhere, lower back, bottom, wherever it's comfortable. Please keep good posture. Drop the back shoulder, pull the navel in and turn, looking over the back shoulder to rotate the spine, improve your mobility and to release tension. And then untwist and the other side. We typically would hold this pose for about 2 to 3 breaths. Next leg up, standing leg in action, inner thighs squeeze in, arms lifted. Pull the navel back. Stay tall as you turn towards the bent knee, then drop the arms. one hand hooks the leg, one hand in the lower back or the bottom. Keep the spine long, and then turn and look towards the back shoulder. Couple of breaths here, and then you would slowly untwist. Next thing we must do is release the hips, and this is the most important thing. So if you only do one of these poses, this is the one you must do. We're coming down onto the floor, and I'm going to kneel on a blanket because I'm a princess and I don't like the hard floor. But you might not have that luxury depending on where you are. So you're going to kneel and you're going to stride your right leg forward. And I want to make sure there's a little bit of a stride. So I'm not just stepping the foot forward. There is an actual stride, and it will allow the back hip to kind of move forward. Then I need to place my hands on something, and that's just so that I can support posture. That could be a bench, a chair, a stool, anything you can pop your hands on. Now you need to have connection in the leg that's forward, so the foot that is forward, you press down into the floor, and that will bring a sense of connection through that whole side of the body, and it will activate the glute as well. Then the chest is lifted, and what you should be feeling is a good stretch here in the psoas, the hip flexor. It's an essential muscle group to stretch before and after. And then we'll push into the heel and we'll change sides. As simple as that. So the next leg goes forward. We take a stride, so it's not just stepped forward. Stride forward, drop the back hip, but please don't round through the shoulders. Keep that elevation and just place your hands. It can be a table, a bench, anything you can pop your hands on, just so that you're not dealing with the balance. And then settle into it. Solid structure in the front foot, because that will talk to this glute. If this side is stable, then the other side can release. And that's the key to all effective stretches. Keep the elevation and then release. So we've done the wrist and the hands, we've done the torso, and we've done the hips. The last one we're going to do is for the chest and the shoulders. So this is a real nice, relaxing one. And this one you might save for after, because beforehand you might not have the luxury of these props. So what we would do, take a blanket or a towel, you can just use a bath towel, and you're just going to roll it up, and then you're going to place it across the mat. Now I have another towel for the head, and that is about 6 to 8 inches away from the roll. And then we're simply going to lie down on our back. Easy peasy. So we lie on the back, and the position we're going for is this roll is going across your shoulder blades, because what we all need is we need to open this chest and shoulder so you get a proper follow through when you bowl. And then your head goes on the second support. A couple of things to watch for here. If you're a little bit tight in your chest and shoulders, then you might end up looking like this. And that's stressful on the back of the neck. So if you're tilted, then you would need to double fold the blanket under your head so that your chin and your forehead are always level. And then you relax your arms in the space between the two blankets, and you let them fall back. Your legs could be out straight, or they could stay bent. And this could be the perfect pose to do when you get home, because then you can use your towels from home. And you could stay here for 30 seconds to 3 minutes. It's an excellent pose for your posture, for the health of your shoulders. and your alignment through the upper body. When you've finished, you would bend your knees, you would roll to the side, and you would bring yourself up. And that concludes our pre and post stretch for bowling.